Hi everyone. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to join on. Hello, Andrew. How you doing? You're the first one. Congratulations. Christina Lowett is second. Taylor John Stiles. Spinder Vetta. All sorts of folks joining on. Wow, 38 others. That was fast. Hi everybody. How you guys doing? I'd like to say that I was doing better, but I'm really emotional right now. I've had a really hard day, and I've had a really hard week. I just wanted to come on here and share with you guys because I've been enduring just endless attacks, just endless abuse, and I gotta tell you guys that this isn't a job anybody wants. I don't want it. I don't want to do this. I really don't. I want to quit. I want to give up so bad. If you guys understood what it was like to be a survivor of the abuse that I've been through in my life, from being badly beaten as a child, sexually abused as a child, fed drugs by these abusers who my parents introduced me to, and have a best friend who you love dearly who suffered the same abuse, and then you lose him, and then you try to fulfill a promise, to your friend because you promised you would. You promised you'd tell his story. And I did all of this, everything that I've dedicated the last 3 years of my life to, because I believed that there was enough good people in this world to make a difference. And I sit here today being brutally attacked everywhere. Everywhere I turn, if I go on Twitter and make a post, if I go here on Instagram, it's become horrid here. I used to love being on Instagram because we didn't have any of these Wolfpack people. They weren't interrupting every single post that I write with lies and deceit. And every time you guys make a comment, they attack. And then I watch people getting brainwashed right in front of me. And literally, I would have to be online 24/7 to answer every question. Like somebody says, oh, where can I see the movie? And it's an innocent question. Or when can I see the movie? And then all of a sudden it's, save your money. $20. It's a waste of money. I can tell you who the bad guys are. And then listing the names. Like, do you think I give a crap? I don't. Okay, we've said the names. I said the names for a decade before I even wrote about it. A decade before the book was written, I told the police this information. And then I wrote my book and the publishers made me change the names. Do we understand this yet? The publishers made me change the names because of their lawyers. Then I make a movie, and the producers tell me that the lawyers said you've got to rewrite the script. Can't tell the truth. So I did everything I could to keep my word and it still wasn't working. The truth wasn't coming out. So I gave up everything. I was on a successful tour. I did not need this. I didn't do it for money. And guess what, folks? If I did it for money, then I failed. Because I'm in debt right now, $600,000 from this film. Okay? Because I borrowed the money to finish it. And then it was hacked and stolen and duplicated by a very well organized group of people. And I'm not talking about the Wolfpack. That's what they call themselves. But those are just the peons. Those are the sheep. The ones that they've brainwashed and indoctrinated. And you're eligible too, by the way. And I don't mean to insult anybody, but just so you know, anybody on here that tries to defend me or tries to say hi or just be passive, they're going to attack you. And as I've watched over and over and over with some of my dearest followers, people that I thought I cared about and I thought cared about me, I have watched these people from a few little sentences turn on me, betray me, and start working aggressively to destroy my life. Because that's called brainwashing and manipulation. That's how they work. There's a story I beg anybody watching to read that is posted right now on the top of my timeline on Twitter, @Corey_Feldman. It is by a woman who is a journalist, who was a supporter of mine, who was following my story, and she was approached by one of their team members, a fellow former actor, a child star, a former child star, who never became a star and had a complex and was secretly jealous of me, and I didn't know it. And I allowed this man in my life. I treated him like a friend. I treated him like family. He was with me and Haim all the time. And then Haim heard that he was talking crap about me while he was alive. And he took him and he threw him up against a wall in an alley. And he said, if you ever speak that way about my best friend again, I will put your head through this wall. And he said, oh, no. You got it all wrong. I would never say anything about that. That person's name is Scotty Schwartz. Let's call it what it is. Scott Schwartz, you know the little kid from the toy? He went into porn. That person allegedly contacted a woman who was this reporter and brainwashed her within 5 minutes, telling her all these terrible things about me, which aren't true. And then she tells the story about how they induced her by getting her to follow down the rabbit hole of bullshit, of lies. They make screenshots, they make memes, they take old bits of conversations. How many of you here have seen me hit on a 15-year-old? How many? None. You know what happens? I have 15-year-old fans and I talk to them because I love my fans. And I will continue to love my fans. But if somebody tries to be in personal contact with me, like they want to come see me or they want to hang out or anything like that, I ask them how old they are. Period. And if I find out somebody is under 18, I say, I'm sorry, I cannot allow that. Because that's the responsible thing to do when you're an adult. Okay? I love seeing my fans out at events. I love signing their autographs. I even love giving them personal advice when they need it. Do you know how many little kids contact me and say, my mom is abusing me, my dad is abusing me? I go to school and I get abused. They reach out to me. And do you think I'm going to ignore them? I'm not. I'm going to be a support group for them in any way that I can. And they take those conversations out of context with one little line where I'm saying, oh, you're 17, I bet. Or you're 16, I bet. And they go, yeah. And then they cut that out. And they go, see? He talks to little kids. It's disgusting. These are the pedophiles. That's who they are. Okay, look it up. Do some research on how they operate. Or better yet, just go read that post that's on my Twitter feed right now. And it, in great detail, expresses how this woman was brainwashed by these people and how she got so brainwashed that she called me a rapist in public, wrote a story. And then she realized, after 6 months, that there was no evidence. There was no truth to their story. That it was all a scam. And she has begged me for forgiveness. And in these conversations, I said, you know what? I forgive you. And I let her continue writing about me. And I posted a couple of her recent stories. And my fan base said, how could you forgive somebody who did this to you? And I said, because that's what the Lord wants. God is about forgiveness. That's what we're supposed to do. No matter how bad somebody has done you wrong, if they truly mean it, and they have seen the light, then we forgive. So I forgave her. Doesn't mean I trusted her, but I forgave her. And because of that forgiveness, she is now finally speaking up and telling her story. And you need to read that story so you understand the mentality of how these people operate. It's so hard. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to even come at you guys like this. I just don't know what to do anymore. I did this for justice. I did this because I believed that if I made this movie and I put everything out, all the evidence, all the witnesses together, speaking the name of the rapist, and I put together detailed accounts, that the news would be talking about it, that they would be reporting on it, and that investigations, real investigations, could be started by the feds, by the CIA, by somebody in government that might care. But you know what's happened? Nothing. That's what's happened. Instead, I'm being treated as if I'm the abuser. I'm being called a sham, a shill, a scam artist, a user, a rapist. I've been called that. Like, can you... There's these people right now that have come onto my feed, and every time you make a comment, I'm not even reading the comments, because I know that some of you are out there supporting me, but there's so much hate. And you know why? Because they're changing the story. That's why. They're changing the conversation. They would rather that you're focused on trying to blame me for charging you for a movie, even though that's what we do. We spend our money to make a story, and we put it out for public consumption, and you pay us back. That's how the business works. Do you watch movies for free on Netflix? Do you watch movies for free on Amazon? Do you go to the movies for free? No. It's a business. That's how we make our survival. Okay? It's not a sham. It's not a scam. And then the fact that we were hacked the night that the movie premiered by them. They copied the movie while nobody who paid for it could see it. They ran it for free. They ran it for free, and they tried to say that it should be seen by everybody if it's important, but there's nothing useful in it anyway. We already knew the names. I don't care if you knew the names. Did you know the details of the story? Did you hear the eyewitness accounts? Did you see the evidence laid out before you? No, because nobody has presented it. Nobody has talked about it. It's not justice. I deserve justice, and so does my best friend. I really hope that I can get through to you guys, because I really need your support. I don't know how much more I can take. And don't worry, I'm not going to kill myself, so if all of a sudden I get suicided, just know that I didn't give up on life. Because I would never do that. I have a child that I have to protect. But I don't know how much longer I can take this abuse. I'm trying to fight for justice. I'm trying to fight for justice. I'm trying to get my voice louder than the bullshit that they're lying about. They're twisting the stories. They're working with the pedophiles. I have presented evidence on my Twitter page of them working alongside convicted pedophile Marty Weiss. He's a convicted pedophile, folks, and the Wolfpack has endeared themselves to him and vice versa. This is not a joke. This is not about money. It's about me trying to pay the people who worked for me for 3 years, dedicated their lives, and put their own family's safety at risk so that they could help me get justice. And you know what's happening? The exact opposite. There are no investigations. No news is talking about it. They can talk about Miley Cyrus's hairdo or Paris Jackson's crazy, date with her girlfriend or whatever. They can talk about that, but they can't talk about kids getting raped. They can't talk about kids being molested. And they can't go after the bad guys. I laid it all out. Watch the movie. Please, spread it, share it, tell people how important this is. There's this other movie out there right now that all the conspiracy theorists are raising the alarm bells about, called Out of the Shadows. It's propaganda. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. It's not what I did. The movie I made took real evidence, real facts, real eyewitness accounts, and exposed the crimes of these sick perverts. That's what I did. What they did is compile a bunch of media from stuff that's been out there and rumors, and they threw it all together. And they got 6 million views on YouTube because it's streaming for free or playing for free or whatever. Good for them. And I hope and I pray that their message is meaningful and on point. But I've got news for you. It's filled with lies. There are no underground operations happening. When this whole thing ends up, I guarantee you that the men that I have accused will still be free. They're not going to be killed or locked up, because the whole rumor is that the government is rounding up all the Satanists and the satanic elite. All of you people who are coming on here and victim shaming me and abusing me on a daily basis, I really hope that when this is all over with, you are able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I went and shamed and beat up a victim who was trying to break through and tell the truth to support propaganda. And I made him feel like crap. I hope you're proud of yourselves. When I hear a victim, I listen. But when you've got somebody reporting about this and reporting about that and talking about all this hype about how there's this big undercover sting operation going on, I got news for you. It ain't going on. People are sick. People are dying. It's a real virus. That's what matters right now. Coronavirus is very real. So stop deluding yourselves with this idea that your superhero president is actually changing the world while we're all asleep. Yes, you can believe Q and me at the same time. I give you every freedom to believe whatever you want to believe, but don't come here and abuse me. Do I go on the Out of the Shadows websites, or do I go stalk their creator and say, oh, you're lying. You're full of it. I hate you. You should die. No, I would never, ever do that to anyone unless it was a pedophile or a murderer. That's justice. But what you are doing to me is sickening and disgusting, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, I'm in so much pain right now. If you knew what I went through as a child, and if you knew what it's like to wake up to this every day, and every day I have to get back out there and fight, because I can't give up until somebody looks into my story, until somebody investigates these people, until somebody figures out who's running this operation. How much money do you think it costs to organize hackers to steal your film? So every one of you that watches a stream of that movie for free, you're supporting them. You're allowing them to win. Stand up for something in your life. Because that's the only reason I did this. Was to help you understand, to open your eyes to the truth. The media has blocked me out. The last time around when we had the premiere, the media was helpful. They put me on the talk shows. They wrote about the articles. And then after the hack, everything just went away. Coronavirus took over. I understand that. It's more important right now. But guess what? Everybody's got time to talk about Out of the Shadows. They've got time to talk about what celebrity is doing what today. What outfit Bella Thorne wore on Instagram last night. Everybody knows that. But they can't talk about the people who raped and molested children. They can't give me a platform to promote my film, which has the most important information and true information about this topic that's ever been released in the history of cinema. That's a fact. I risked my life and the safety of my family to bring you this. I hope somebody appreciates it. Go look at what the mother of the child, the mother of my best friend, has done to me. It's not okay. It's not okay. And I know people are going to make fun of this too. Because that's what you do. You're going to pass it around and laugh at Corey Feldman having a meltdown on Instagram. Cool. If that makes you feel like a big person, have fun. This is what bullying is all about. I love you too. This is so hard. This is so hard. I don't know what else to say. I just don't know how much longer I can do this, guys. Will it ever come out on DVD or Netflix or Hulu? I don't know. Why don't you ask Netflix or Hulu? I'm pretty sure they're aware of this movie existing. Netflix turned it down twice, by the way. We went back to them again after the movie came out, after we broke records. That's right, we broke records. Read the press release. It's on my Instagram. Didn't matter. They don't care. I wonder why. Because they'd rather sell Joe Exotic to the world. Because that's important right now, right? People say, oh, well, it's coronavirus. We don't have time to think about these problems. But you have time to talk about Joe Exotic. That makes sense. These are our children we're fighting for. This is not just the children. This is the soul of the country. This is the soul of the planet that we are fighting for. This is good versus evil. God versus the devil. That's what this is about. I am a messenger. That's it. I went through all of this pain in my life so that I could be here today to show you the truth. If you choose to be blind and you choose to ignore it, then that's on you. This is a warning. Take it seriously. I mean, I know you guys think you're funny with your stupid comments, making your little jokes, making your little sarcastic remarks. God will judge in the end. Trust me. Trust me on that. The one thing I know is no matter how pitiful and disgusting people make my life while I'm here alive, I have the glory of heaven to look forward to. Because that is the only true salvation. Period.
Amen.
All the pedos are going down? Really? How is that? Because they're being rounded up right now when we're not looking? Bullshit. The pedos aren't going down because nobody has reached out to investigate anything that I brought forward. Anything. I've been silenced. I've been muted. I've been stolen from. I've been persecuted. I've been lied about. And I've been criminalized. If you want to know the truth, then my truth, the rape of 2 Coreys, will be streaming again next Wednesday. and it'll be there for a month. And the only legal way to watch it that is not stealing from the filmmakers is to watch it on mytruthdoc.com. Tickets go on sale in 2 days. Saturday. All I want is to make back the money I spent so I can pay the people who deserve to be paid, and I can protect my family against these crazy attacks. And if God willing, I can make it through this. Then if any extra comes, and I give you my word, if I make $1 over what I spent, it will be donated to Child USA, because they're the only organization that is actually making a difference in this fight. How much left? I need to make another $600,000. Do you understand? $550 if you want the exact number. But I also have other percentages that I have to give off. So what happens is when you make a certain amount, you have to give a percentage to people who are attached to it. So you don't get that money. So if I made $600,000, it would cover the percentages and then what I spent. And then I could donate the rest. And I would love nothing more than to be able to help financially. What's wrong? Well, you're going to have to hit rewind. There's a lot wrong with this world right now. Marilyn Manson is in this feed laughing. I hope he's having a good time. I hope you sick.
He'll be laughing all the way to hell.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, that's all right. He wrote a book, which he mentioned me in a few times, called Long Road Out of Hell or something like that. Guess what? It's a long road back in. Enjoy. Enjoy. You guys think you're funny? Prank Call Mafia sent me. Oh, you're fucking cool, dude. Screw you. I'm done. I'm sorry. But this ain't no joke, man. This is kids that are being abused. Wake up. Wake up. There's only one truth, and that's God's truth. A lot of people said, why'd you call it my truth? Why did I call it my truth instead of just the truth? Because if it was really the truth, wouldn't it just be called the truth? It's called lawyers. Okay? The fact that I got it out, the fact that I got as much information in the film as I did is a miracle in and of itself. The laws are designed to protect the criminals, not the innocent.
Exactly.
Remember that, because you're all going to need to face some sort of legal protection at some point in your lives. And when you're in this position, for whatever reason, you'll understand that I warned you. Fight for justice. Fight. I don't even know what to tell you.
Pray.
Pray. We all need to pray. We all need to pray for salvation and peace and protection for our children. I love you guys. Even those who don't love me, I love your souls. And I pray for you. And I pray that there's redemption for all of us. Because this world is really sick and needs a lot of help. And anybody who can laugh at this, anybody who can mock this, has got some real issues. Real issues. So that's it. That's all I got for you. I'm trying to hang in there. I really am. And every day I wake up and I do not want to do this anymore. I didn't want to do it when I was doing it. Every day I would wake up and dread having to do this, having to look at these messages, having to fight these sick, twisted people, having to hear lies and slander about myself. Do you think this ever happened before I started fighting this fight? No. I was never called these things. I was never blamed for everybody's problems. But when you've got a cult out there, an active live cult that's got tons of members, and they organize and structure against you, it's pretty harsh.
With a lot of money.
Yeah,
a lot of money.
Endless money. You know why? Because all the money is in sex trafficking. All the money is in abuse and slavery of children and women. Okay? That's where the money is. And that's why they have control of this situation. But guess what? You don't have control of anything, because this is God's world. God wins in the end. So you can make my life a living hell, but again, when I die, I know where I'm going. And I know where you're going to.
Amen.
God bless you guys. Please stay strong, believe in something, and pray for me. Please. And as I've said before, if you tried to watch the movie before and it was hacked and you actually paid for it, all tickets will be honored. If you have not used your ticket, it will be honored. We're not trying to double charge anyone. Okay? And if you care to watch the movie, then for God's sake, please just support us by watching it the legal way. And if for some reason you feel like you don't want to support me, you don't want to give me money, you don't want to whatever, then go watch You're Out of the Shadows and donate to Child USA. Because guess what? You can't argue with the fact that we have changed laws in California and New York. You can't argue with the fact that R. Kelly and Jeffrey Epstein were both indicted in New York over the past year because of the laws that we changed. And guess what? Those laws are now being threatened. In New York, the CVA, which we opened up for a 1-year look-back window, which goes until August 17th, is now being threatened because of coronavirus. So I'm doing a few things to try and help the world recover faster. I'm doing cameos this weekend. I'll be making an announcement or putting some messaging out about it tomorrow. I'll be doing cameos all weekend and donating every penny I make to anybody that wants a cameo from me. Every penny is going to coronavirus victims. I'm going to be donating my money to an organization called No Child Goes Without a Meal. Or No Kid Goes Without a Meal. I'm not sure which. But that's where my money's going. Any money that I make. So if you want to donate and contribute to help coronavirus victims, and especially children, then you can go buy a cameo for me and the money's going to them. Starting tomorrow and through Monday. If you want to donate to somebody, donate to Child USA. And if you want to know the truth and you want to support all this work that we've done, then please buy a ticket for $20 and you can stream it VOD, video on demand, any time that's convenient for you, starting Wednesday, April 22nd, for a month. It'll be on every day for a month. They'll probably try to hack it. They'll probably try to stop it. but we will make sure you get to see your movie. That's it. I appreciate that you want to donate to me, but I'm not looking for donations. I'm looking for support. God bless you. I love you guys. Thank you for listening to my madness. And I'm sorry to come at you like this. God bless. Bye-bye.